Morning YouTube, what are we saying? So the final bulk, episode 4 is here. We got push day today. I actually haven't done push day with you. A little bit overboard in calories by about 600 last night. Had like a handful of chips and fish and chips, so weight has gone up. My fault. But apart from that, still looking leanish. Getting there. We're getting there for sure. Slowly losing that definition on the bulk, but hey ho. Gonna crack on with my morning routine. I've got some work block to do. People are on board, content and scripts. I also need to put on some fucking clothes because I'm wearing some boxers right now. So, take it from my morning work, my morning routine. I'm going to show you my first meal when I hit a naughty ass push day down a gym called South Coast Powerhouse in Bournemouth. So, take you through like a normal day. Let's fucking do this. Getting back on the old treadmill. So, what I'm going to do now is just script all my content. I must say my content, I know I've been saying this all the videos, has got fucking fire recently and picking up a lot of followers. Scripted all my content for tomorrow because I've got a big content session. Do about 10-15 minute walk here, reply to clients, make sure they're all happy, keep the group alive. And then I'm going to show you my pre-workout meal after I showered, shower, wash yourself out, get all sorted out, and then I'll show you my pre-workout meal, which will always be the good old bowl of oats. Yes, everyone, so I've run out of oats. So what I'm going to do with you, I'm going to show you how to create like a cream and rice cake. For some reason, I've just been liking it as a cake recently. So how I would do it with a cake is I'd put it in a microwave for an extended period of time. I'd give it a couple swirls mid timer. So it would fluff up and then that way I can put the dark chocolate on top or a dark chocolate layer on the cake, if that makes sense. And I'll put my fruit and then I put my whey paste, cinnamon, salt, etc. So this is what I do now. I've got about 130 grams here. That way it's like macro matched 125 gram oats. I'll put it in the microwave to start off with, about 2 minutes. Yeah, so what I would do now, as it's in the microwave, I would weigh up around 30 grams of whey in the good old Harrison mug when I was a little boy, big up. So that's 11 grams. Getting a little bit low. Grams of whey. Oh, spilled a little bit. Doesn't fucking matter. And what I would do, because obviously the perm whey or performance whey is really thick, I would actually do it now to basically like a 1-to-2 ratio. So let's say I put 30 grams of whey in, I would do around 55 grams, or maybe 60 of hot water. About 75 grams. Give this a good stir. Already it's starting to thicken up. The reason why you want to stir it is it comes out as like a nice thick consistency then. Some people use like, what would you want to call it? Like a whisk. Honestly, spoon does the job for me. I'm not too bothered about that. Then what I'll do this is I'll swirl this up. Whey paste texture. What I do, I've got this hazelnut dark chocolate here. So what I would do is I'm going to weigh up 10 grams. Bang on 10 grams. So after 1 minute and 15, I'm going to give it another good swirl. And I'll put it in for another minute. And that should be it done. Bowl's a little bit hot, if you look at it there. Boom. Literally fluffed up for it to be like a cake type texture. What I would do now is I'd basically put this as the second layer. And I'll give it a good swirl. And then I'll do the raspberries on top. I'll probably do about 150 grams, that way it's macro matched to a banana. So 150 grams of raspberries. Frozen raspberries because I go through so much fucking fruit. There you go. Boom. And then, we'll see if I get some cinnamon on there. I don't know where my fucking cinnamon is, so it'll be right, I don't need it. What I put on top is the whey paste. Voila, you got yourself the perfect cream of rice whey cake. Wow. There's been a lot of hype recently about peptides. And obviously I've just done 1 milligram of retatrutide myself, even on the bulk, because that does help my appetite and it keeps me insulin sensitive, which means more carbs get absorbed into the muscles. That's the main reason why I do it, is because we stay lean in the bulk and also helps with nutrient absorption, basically leading to better quality sessions in the gym whilst being leaner. And obviously appetite suppressant. So what's my opinion on it? So peptides ain't gonna build your good physique, no way. But what it does, it's like little attributes, as you would say, on your journey. It's kind of like Call of Duty, for example. Let's say you get like your MP7. It's been a while since I played Call of Duty, but you can have attributes to your gun to make it slightly more overpowered. It's very similar to that. If you can't play Call of Duty, you can't play Call of Duty. You're still gonna get smoked by someone with no attachments who's a fucking pro at the game. However, like it's like little little things or little attributes you can put into your fitness journey to make it a lot easier. So you recover faster from an injury. You can have appetite suppressant. There's stuff like loose skin. You can take stuff like growth hormone, things like that on your journey that make being in the gym more efficient, to make more progress, if that makes sense. So that's my opinion. It ain't going to build you a good physique. You should always have the foundations and the basics, that's where a lot of people miss out on. However, it can make your life a lot easier, and it can make your journey more efficient on the way. But I've got my meal here. Gonna smash with this and get my ass down the gym because it's a half an hour drive. So I need to fucking hurry up because I've got a call at 1 o'clock and it's 9:15 right now.
Under a sky of dust, a constant wave of tension on top of broken trust. The lessons that you taught me, I learned were never true. Now I find myself in question. They point the finger at me again. Guilty by association. You point the finger at me again. I wanna run away, never say goodbye. I wanna know the truth instead of wondering why. I wanna know the answers, no more lies. I wanna shut the door and open up my mind. Paper bags and angry voices under a sky of dust. Another wave of tension has more than filled me up. On my talk of taking action, these words were never true. Now I find myself in question. They point the finger at me again. Guilty by association. You point the finger at me again. I wanna run away, never say goodbye. I wanna know the truth instead of wondering why. I wanna know the answers, no more lies. I wanna shut the door and open up my mind. I'm gonna run away and never say goodbye. Gonna run away, gonna run away. Gonna run away, gonna run away. I'm gonna run away and never wonder why. Gonna run away, gonna run away. Gonna run away, gonna run away. I'm gonna run away and open up my mind. Gonna run away, gonna run away. 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 I wanna run away, never say goodbye. I wanna know the truth instead of wondering why. I wanna know the answers, no more lies. I wanna shut the door and open up my mind. I wanna run away and open up my mind. I wanna run away and open up my mind. I wanna run away and open up my mind. I wanna run away and open up my mind.
That meal was going to be oats this time instead of cream of rice because I had cream of rice in the morning. So we got 100 grams of oats, 15 grams of peanut butter, no palm oil obviously. I got about 70 grams of banana, 50 grams of strawberries just to even out the macros, 30 grams of whey, salt, about 2 grams of pink lemon salt for those electrolytes post-workout. Going to demolish this and I'm going to show you how I get my meal prep done. About 6-7 boxes in about 45 minutes. So the trick with doing your meal prepping is always starting off with the longest thing that needs to be cooked first, obviously. And as you get into it, what you want to do is understand there's always something to do. Whether that's if you finished all the cooking, set up your boxes, doing a bit of washing up. If you get ahead of the washing up, that way you have to do less when it actually gets done, leading to the task to be completed in a shorter period of time. So like how I do all my meal prepping is that, like, let's say on my meal plan's 150 grams of mince, right? For like 3 days, I'll buy 600 gram mince from the shop. Same with like chicken breasts. And then that way, all I got to do is just whack it straight in a pan and just do it by eye. Because realistically, it doesn't really matter if I'm on a surplus or a deficit for a day. What matters is if I'm in a deficit or surplus for a week, if that makes sense. So the weekly average is just about the same. All right, sweet potato is done. What I normally do with the sweet potato is I put it in the oven. I always cut it up in little bits and then I pour a little bit of like seasoning on it. Then obviously create a top layer. That way it's like spongy when I fully cook it and it comes out and it's like, I hate it when I put it in the air fryer and it comes out like crusty. So then what I normally do is I'll make it nice and spongy, put it in the oven instead and then doing it that way. Right, rice cooker is all sorted. I'm gonna put this on here. This actually steams my veg as well. So if you ain't got a good rice cooker, you're missing out, because also this saves me serious fucking time. So all I gotta do is put the rice in, put water in, put my veg in, what, 30, 40 minutes? It's done. Bosh, happy days. Right, just cut up all the onions. I'm gonna heat this pan up here. If any of you don't want to buy the low calorie spray, get yourself one of these. All you got to do is pour olive oil on it, or extra virgin olive oil, just so it hasn't got the added ingredients. All you got to do is give it a good spray. Bosh. Back to this straight in there. It's a lot of fucking onions, I can't lie. Right, we're now going to slap a load of salmon in the air fryer for about 13, 14 minutes. Look at the size of that. Fucking hell, about 500 grams of a salmon right here. Once this is all cooking, I'm now going to set up all my meal prep boxes. That way, all I've got to do is put the food, obviously, in the containers. Then it's done, and happy days. Vegetables is looking very green and steamy. So if you actually steam the broccoli, it keeps all of its micronutrients. So if you're wondering, oh, what's better, boiling or steaming vegetables, always try steam it. It's the best way to go. The sweet potatoes came out absolutely perfect. Like spongy, got good back seasoning. It's gonna go very well with the mince. And voila, this will last me anywhere between 3 to 4 days, and I have to do it again. And the reason why I do it with just 3 to 4 days is that it stays fresh, and I don't have to put the food in the freezer. And then that way, also, like, because I don't put the food in the freezer, it tastes fucking good. And obviously, I hate putting loads of food in the freezer, then taking it out, and then I have to defrost it, and it doesn't taste as good. So I'd rather keep the food fresh and just do it every 3 to 4 days. So meal prep is all sorted. Gonna now smash through a 15-minute walk on my treadmill, just so I can keep that 10K steps consistent, because I do want to keep those steps consistent, as number one, it helps me stay leaner, helps with my appetite, and it helps regulate blood sugar levels, which basically stops me crashing midday, and it always keeps my energy levels nice and high. So, gonna get 15 minutes done now. Food's all cooked. Reply to clients, send DMs, get calls booked in, and I'll show you my next meal. Third meal of the day, we got 2 tuna wraps and then a slice of bread, which is macro match my other meal. I was just in the mood for a little bit of tuna, to be fair. I do follow a very strict meal plan. I say strict, a basic meal plan, but sometimes, especially in the off season, I want to have a little bit more flexibility, just for sustainability purposes, and also I just miss certain foods. So I made tuna wraps with mayo, lettuce, and then a slice of sourdough bread, which adds me up to around 650 calories and 45 grams of protein, 50 grams of protein. So plenty of protein in there. So I'm gonna demolish this. I've actually put the wraps in the air fryer. Oh, fucking lovely. It makes the wraps nice and crispy. Same with the bread as well. If you haven't put sourdough bread in the air fryer, you are missing out. Evening work block done. Well, evening-ish, still got more work to do. Just done my 20 minutes, and while I was doing the 20 minutes, and that there fucking trying to message people, trying to get people on calls. But I'm actually quite liking the fact that December is always a little bit more quiet. Obviously, still going to get more signups. That's standard, right? But it's not as intense, and I can spend from like the 15th to the 31st or the 1st and 2nd, just like sorting out the back ends of my business, putting things in place. I've got a few things that are going to be very more beneficial to my clients, and you'll see what it is. You'll find out what it is. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll find out what it is. But it gives me time to work out on the back end of my business to make sure my systems and what I give back to my clients is all put in place. And I'm going to be focusing on adding new things to elevate my service for January. So when I get people in, they're more likely to stay, and I can charge higher prices. Next meal, I'm probably gonna go for like a Greek yogurt bowl with some extra carbs, just so I can match the macros again. I'm in the mood for like mixing things up. So I'm probably gonna have a Greek yogurt bowl with either some jam and sourdough and a sliced banana. But I'll show you what it is. Yeah, let's get the food down me because I'm fucking hungry. Gosh, look at that. I'm actually quite looking forward to this. My camera's actually died, so I'm just using my iPhone. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave it here, because honestly, for the rest of the day, I'm gonna be doing fuck all. Just mainly boring stuff like work, messaging, and booking calls. So I'm going to leave it here. If you got to in this video, thank you very much for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I shall see you a lot in a bit.